Welcome, everybody. Agile Digital Twins at work with industrial sensors. I am Gant Redman. I am the CEO of Hopara, based here in Boston. I am joined by Ricardo Mayhofer, who is our head of engineering down in Rio. Welcome, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining.
So I could go into a lot about Hopara and history like everybody seems to do on webinars, but you know what? This is actually about you. So Wi-Fi, this is something that I saw on LinkedIn. My good friend Mike posted it yesterday. Wi-Fi, what is in it for you? Let's talk about that. Why are you here? So if you're here, you're probably having something to do with industrial sensors. Maybe you work with a manufacturing. Something that should be important, and I bet is in your life, is you're doing planning, whether it be deployments, laying out a factory floor. You want to be able to visualize, where is my stuff? You want to monitor sensors in real time. You want to see that in context. You want to see alerts easily. Oh, that is right over there. Okay, what's going on? You want that ability to troubleshoot faster. Okay, let me get down to this. Let me go and be able to see more detail on demand of what's going on. And you want to measure and compare productivity more easily. Let's make sure that we're comparing apples and apples, oranges and oranges. Great. This is what's in it for you. So you joined us because you were interested in Agile Digital Twins. So the word digital twin has been around for a while. If you're not familiar, a digital twin is simply a digital representation of a physical object, or maybe even a work process. So a full-scale digital twin, when people normally think about a digital twin, they're thinking of this immersive, almost holographic experience. And it's beautiful, it's great. You can look around and you can see this digital representation. Now, to create this sort of 3D immersion, it's not cheap and it's not fast. There's a bit of investment that goes in. And so you're dealing often with an asset where you're getting ROI on spending that time and money to do it. But not everyone is dealing with assets like that. A lot of people are dealing with many assets. So they're trying to figure out, okay, I really want the value of digital twins, but how do I get that value when it's so expensive, when it's so time consuming? So allow me to introduce you to an Agile Digital Twin. What is this? An Agile Digital Twin is 3D when you need it. So great, we can get some 3D for you, and 2D when you don't. And between us, I'll tell you, 2D is often plenty. What does this mean for you? So simplified creation, deployment, and use. We just want to make this simpler for you. We want to make it easier, faster, and yet we still want to make sure that you're getting that visualization in context. This is light years ahead of probably your traditional dashboard. It could be that what you're looking at today has a list. It has speedometers, bar charts, and graphs. That's fine. The folks that we speak to often are looking for more. They want to take advantage of navigating around their data, drilling in for more detail, and seeing things so that the eyes and the brain can lead to greater productivity and faster solutions. With that, I would like to hand this over to Ricardo for a live demo.
Sure. Thanks again. Let me share my screen. And I will show you how an Agile Digital Twin is in practice. So I just shared my screen. I hope you all can see it. In this example, we have an industry with facilities in 2 locations, which we're calling Industry A and Industry B. And first, we usually give the user an overview of his entire data set. And we can see here that industry B has, there is something going wrong here. So we can click on industry B, and that gives us immediately the floor plan information. So we're giving context on what's going wrong, where it is, what type of sensor is in alert. So we can see here two types of alert. One is this temperature sensor right here. Another one is this pressure sensor in this corner of the facility. We can click here and let's say check pressure history, and that gives us the history of the pressure history of this particular sensor. At any time, we can zoom in to see more details and zoom out to get the big picture again. And I can go back and let's take a look at the other alert, which is the temperature alert right here. We can see we have three sensors close to each other. So we actually have a machine here with three sensors. And let's take a look at this data from a different perspective. We can look at the machine in a 3D environment. So we can actually see where the sensors are located in a more richer context. With the 3D visualization, I can navigate around, see the machine, see the sensors. And again, click on this particular sensor, show history, and see the history for this particular sensor. And as you can see, we provide different context for information, 3D floor plans, and we can also provide process contextualization. So for example, here we have represented in Hopara industrial process with many steps, which is spread across different floors. And again, we can see a machine in a healthy state, one machine in warning state, and one machine in critical state. And then at any point, we can zoom in and see more details about this particular machine. And by zooming in, we get instant access to the blueprint of the machine, which can be very relevant for the engineer or the maintenance engineer to troubleshooting the problem in this particular asset. So with a few clicks, you're able to get the big picture of your data and drill down to individual details or data points using an Agile Digital Twin. So I think that's it. Back to you again.
Well, I got a couple questions for you, Ricardo.
Sure.
Is this data live?
Yeah, everything in Hopara is fetched live from the customer database. So there is no need to copy the data to Hopara, and there we don't incur the risk of fetching stale data.
Nice. So it's all real time.
All real time.
I got you.
Sure.
And how do I get these things up here? I've seen some sort of layouts and stuff. Where did those come from?
It's directly input by the user, so I can show you how that works in practice. So for example, here in this industrial sensor example, the user can just drag and drop. So for this sensor is here, this another sensor is there, and this sensor is here. And the same with the floor plan. I can just click, replace image, and upload a new image from my computer, and you are all set with your contextual visualization.
Interesting. So, but how about this? If my database, if I already have, my sensor has geolocation on it, do I have to drag it up?
No, we can take advantage of that too. Simply here, for example, we have sensors. We are pointing to your database and a database query. And in the position configuration, you can select here, I have it in my data. So if you select you have in your data, we can just take advantage of your latitude and longitude already set in your database. So we can just display that.
I got it. Is this, I mean, so the folks that we're helping, the folks out there that are watching this, I mean, is this a service? Is it all done by us or can they do it themselves?
We offer SaaS-based software, and we're, of course, always glad to help, but they can build it by themselves.
Nice. So when they're up and running, they could do as many of these as they want.
Exactly.
Nice. Well, that is super. What seems really good to me is the ability to, one, see for yourself. Let's say that you're a manager, you're a planner. You're looking for status, you're making sure that things aren't an alert, things may need maintenance, whatever. Being able to see that easier in context. But also we want our partners, the folks that they're actually using the product. We want you to look good. Remember, it's Wi-Fi. It's all about you. And being able to show your work in context to those that may not be as familiar with how this all comes together, that can be powerful for your company and for you as a person and an employee. Ricardo, you have anything else to add?
Precisely. No, I think you put it nicely.
All righty. Well, we really appreciate you all joining us here today. I hope that was quick, easy, useful. If you would like to reach us, my name is Gant, and this is Ricardo. Ricardo at Hopara.io. I'm G Redmond, Gredmon at Hopara.io. And look forward to hearing from you if we can help in any way.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Looking forward to hear from you. Yep.